All right, guys. It is extremely windy today. It's your boy ChronicTurbo with ChronicTurbo Reviews. And here we have a 2023 Jeep Compass High Altitude. This is a small baby Jeep, Grand Cherokee, basically. You do have your LEDs up front for your headlights. You have gloss black on the grill with a nice metallic finish, but it's actually not as metal. It's more of like a satin black going across the actual inserts right here. You do have 7 inserts because Jeep has been on 7 continents. I know I mentioned in every video I have a Jeep. Nice and blacked out Jeep logo right there. Here's your bottom front fascia. Gloss black going across the center grille. And you do have a satin black front lip. And you have your little fog lights right there as well. Now over to the side of the vehicle, the wind is absolutely ridiculous. But let's look at these wheels. 235s on the front, 235s on the rear. These vehicles are very nice. They're like I believe this is like it's definitely machined aluminum, but it's painted. 19 inches in total. That's what I was looking for. Honestly, I like it. You do have compass right here, kind of like a black grayish color. They call it neutral gray. And you have gloss black on the mirror caps as well. Same thing with the pillars on the vehicle, and as well for the roof. The entire roof is black, so it's very sharp looking. That's like a step back and show you. Like I said, the wind is terrible. I apologize, guys. Nothing special about the brakes. This is not a performance vehicle, even though it does have 200 horsepower, which is pretty decent for a vehicle of this size. You do have dual tip exhaust. They are tucked under the vehicle, so you can't really see them from outside. And here's your back window. You do have your white blade down here. It's not tucked under, so I'm going to take off some points for that. Your 4x4 badge. You do have LEDs for the rear as well, which is nice. Your rear view camera. And of course, you have your parking sensors going across the back. Overall dimensions of the vehicle. The length, you're looking at 173.4 inches. Width is 73.8. Height is 64.8. Wheelbase, which is between the wheels, is 103.8. And ground clearance is 8.1 inches. Curb weight is a total of 3,620 pounds. So it's a fat boy. But that's okay. Now, let's go ahead and pop the trunk. We're going to talk this cargo capacity. Try to make this quick because the wind is absolutely terrible. Well, we're looking at 27.2 cubic feet of space. Not a ton going on in here, but 27.2 cubic feet is actually really nice. I did kind of fuck the floor up a little bit because, checking for the spare. This vehicle is a trade-in that I received, so it's not yet for sale. But you close the trunk back up with that. You do have a 12-volt right here as well. Just step back, let it do its thing. But we're going to go ahead and pop the hood so I can give you a good look at the powertrain, and I'll let you know the specs and everything that's going on up there. All right, here we are with that 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. We're talking about 200 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, 221 pound-feet of torque, and 8-speed automatic transmission. It is 4x4, like I said. Fuel economy, 24 in the city, 32 on the highway for 27 combined, and towing capacity up to 2,000 pounds. Engine compartment is very clean. Vehicle has under 9,000 miles. The guy took very good care of the vehicle. I mean, there's only so much you can do in 9,000 miles anyway, but that's enough for out here. Let's go ahead and get inside the vehicle, get out of this wind because it's absolutely terrible. All right, we are in the back seat of the vehicle. Very adequate amount of space. Do have this huge panoramic roof. It is a bit dusty. Like I said, there's a lot of wind blowing through, so a lot of dust. And the customer hasn't washed this vehicle. Most people, when they trade it in, a lot of them, they don't wash their cars ahead of time. So beggars can't be choosers. But plenty of leg room. I am sitting behind myself. Surprisingly, for this vehicle of this size, someone as large as me, as you can see the amount of headroom that I have, can be pretty comfortable back here. Full-size adult, more than full-size. I'm actually plus size. Sit behind another plus-size adult. It's very possible. Door panels, hard touch. Plastic door handle. Everything's hard touch. The whole entire door panel is hard touch, except for this little area where you're going to rest your arm. Everything else is hard touch. Expect that for the entirety of the vehicle, except for the front where it's a little bit different as far as material wise, but it's pretty much the same as far as like the doors go. Leather on the seats, fully encased in leather. There is no hard, scratchy back like you see with some vehicles, which is actually very nice. You do have fully enclosed map pockets. There's no net back here. Seats feel nice as well, very comfortable. As for space, you got room for a small child to sit next to me, and then you have a full-size adult that can sit on the other side. Floor height is a little bit high, so you will have to put someone shorter. Obviously, an adult wouldn't sit in the middle, or they're going to have to sit spread eagle. Then you have your vents right here. They are the vertical style vents, but I would say they're pretty adequate. They blow pretty decently. Type A, Type C USB port. You got your 12 volt down there at the bottom as well. And of course, this is how you open and close those vents. I'm really digging this interior as far as like what you get for the money. You know, the fully panel roof, the black headliner, the leather seats. Sure, the door panels are a bit cheap, but you usually see that at this price point. So I can't really complain too much. You know, there's only so much you can really cry about when you come to buying a vehicle like this. But that's it for the rear. Let's go ahead. Let's hop up front, talk about the tech and everything that's up there. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right. Now we are up front in the vehicle. 2023 Jeep Compass, high altitude. I'm going to go ahead and start it up, let you hear how the engine sounds, and then I'll post a little short driving clip so you can see what the driving dynamics are like. I know it's something new that I'm trying. I normally don't do test drives on my review videos because I'm on a time crunch and I try to keep it short. I don't like doing 30-minute reviews because your time is important, my time is important. And often I shoot multiple reviews in a day, so I have to be hustling. That's why sometimes I sound like I'm out of breath because I'm back to back. But let's go ahead and get right to it. Start it up, and let's give you that sound clip. Man, just taking it for a quick spin. Do some acceleration in this bad boy. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this 200 horsepower gets this vehicle going really, really well. It's not lacking power for its size at all. That's why I say you don't need 300, 500, 600, 700 horsepower to have fun. A car like this, you could have fun with the 200 horses that it got. Now, granted, this is not an enthusiast class vehicle, not in the fact that, you know, at least it's a sports car or anything like that. It is an SUV at the end of the day. It's something meant to be economical for like small families or women. Let's just be honest, it's a girl's car. But I'm happy with the driving dynamics. Would I own this vehicle? Absolutely not. But would I buy it for my wife? Probably. The only thing I would have is that Jeeps tend to fail with electrical issues. And I say that as a Jeep salesman. I sell brand new Dodge, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. And we do get returns or claims done on those vehicles for electrical issues. Brand new, off the truck new. We're not talking about one owner or two owner. No, we're talking about brand new. Like, we just received it ourselves. But other than that, the initial quality of the vehicle is nice. They're pretty luxurious for what they are, and I would be satisfied if they didn't have those issues. But that's enough for me. Peace. All right, now we're back from the test drive and having that sound clip. Let's go ahead and get into this interior. You do have a leather wrap steering wheel. You do have a plastic horn button with your Jeep going right across there as well. Steering wheel does feel nice in the hands. You have your car controls, and you can press this right here to flip through your menus. And now to the screen. This is a 10.25 inch gauge cluster. And over here, you have a 10.1 inch infotainment center. Very nice size screens, very crisp. As you know, this is the Uconnect 5 system. I'm always pleased with Uconnect, not because I'm a Mopar fan or anything like that. If anything, I like GM more than anything. But if I'm being completely honest, Uconnect is the best system by far when it comes to the American brands. Now, onto the materials for the vehicle up front. You do have soft touch leatherette type material going across the dash. This is hard touch plastic towards the front. Soft touch leather right here with the white stitching. You have, this is not an actual vent. This is just more of a design. Your AC vent is right there towards the end. You have more AC vents down here as well. And another one right here. And then you have this nice trim with like this fake wood grain going across. It is very, it creaks. I know you can hear it. I don't know if the camera could really pick it up, but in person, you could really hear it. You do have physical buttons for your climate control, which is nice. You also can access it on the screen as well. You have, your auto shut off feature. You can activate it or turn it off right here. Your traction control, your lane keep assist, all that beautiful jazz that you have access to in this vehicle. You have an electronic parking brake as well. This is your shift knob, traditional style shift knob, 4-wheel drive lock button right there as well. Center console does slide forward just a tad bit. And you have some storage in there. No connections inside, which is a bummer, but it's a small storage space anyway. It's deep, but it's very narrow. Cup holders are a decent size. Glove box is very large, but it's not lined with felt. But that's okay. I mean, it is damp as well. It just opens pretty quickly, but it's damp, trust me. Door panels, a little bit different from the rear. They are softer, but it's still like an injection mold. This is not actual leather, but it is leather right here on the arm part. So thanks to them for that. Seats, very comfortable, just like the rear. Full leather. Nice place to be, nice place to sit. I can't complain about it at all. I'm happy with it. All right. You got your forward collision. You have your cruise control, all that other stuff right here. So, you can set your following distance, your speed, everything that you need. There's your lighting controls right there for your headlights and your high beams. Here are your controls for your trunk. And this is for your shade and your actual panoramic glass itself. You can open it up. You can tilt it. You press that right there. It tilts. Press it again. You can open the shade. Close the shade. Go ahead and close the glass back down. Press it again. Boom. But let's go ahead and close that shade up. That sun is cooking me on the top of my head. Very comfortable vehicle to be in. I'm satisfied with the drive that it had. It's just, like I said, it's a girl's car, but I can't fault you for having it. I would never disrespect anybody for what they drive. It's just my opinion. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy that loves cars, just like you. You just love a different type of car, and that's fine. To each his own, right? And also you have your different modes right here. Sand, mud, snow, auto. Quintessential Jeep stuff. Can't get over this screen. I'm not really a huge fan of having large screen, but the resolution on this, and I like the fact that it's like a dark background, so it's really nice. Some of those screens, they're a bit obnoxious with their colors, but I love darker backgrounds on pretty much anything. Looks a lot more clean, a lot more analog, or at least close to it. So kudos to them for that. I'll let that slide. Have a ton of gloss black in this interior, so it does get fingerprints on it. That's fine. You have an auto dimming mirror as well with your SOS button. You need to call for help. You do have that option. As for lighting in the vehicle, this not LEDs, which is a bummer. I wish it did have LEDs at this price point, but I guess most people don't care. That's it for this one, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. I got to go home. I'm tired. I've been doing this all day. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more. Peace.